What's going on, everybody? Today's video, once again, brought to you guys by Atlas Gunworks. I still have the Apollo. It's been awesome to be playing with this guy. Got a match coming up. I'm going to shoot it in. I shot it in a different match last weekend, and so far it has been awesome. I don't know for sure if it's going to be the one I get. I'm either going to get this or the Erebus. It's going to be one of those. I'm kind of leaning towards the Apollo. It's feeling pretty nice, and it's like $1,400 cheaper. So that's pretty sweet. But that's not what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is the difference between regular magazines and competition magazines. Outwardly, same magazines, right? There are mag capacity limits. More specifically, there are mag dimension limits. So in USPSA and in 3-gun, in most of the divisions, it's 140 millimeter mag. That'll hold 23 rounds in a competition version of that magazine. In a non-competition version of the magazine, it'll usually hold about 20 or 21, depending on the mag. So we're going to talk about capacity in a minute. In open division, you can shoot 170 millimeter magazines. There we go. I'm good with words and numbers. See? Nailed it. These magazines will generally hold 29 when they're full with competition followers. That extra capacity can make a huge difference depending on the stage. Now, what is the main difference between a competition magazine like this guy and a standard magazine like this guy? The body's the same, the bottoms are the same. The real difference is the follower. So in a regular magazine, the follower is quite a bit larger, so you can see the cutout side, the follower goes all the way down there, and there's a little lip on there which pushes up on the mag catch internally in the gun. So you can see that lip, there you go, that little step cutout thing. You can see the competition mag does not have that cutout. In fact, right here, that part is cut away intentionally, and you can see underneath the follower. That's because the follower is a lot smaller. That's what gives you those extra few rounds. So 20 or 21 rounds, 23 rounds. 2 extra rounds doesn't seem like a big deal, but it can make or break your match. Especially at the top, everything's pretty tight. An extra reload in there can be like 4 places in a really tight match. Now, capacity is the main reason, right? Smaller follower, extra capacity. Everybody wants more ammunition in the gun. There is another reason. The other reason is, well, there's 2 more reasons. Why would you sacrifice your slide locking back just for a couple more rounds if it slows down your reload? We kind of pre-plan everything that we do, right? In competition, you can walk the stage, plan what you're gonna do. You can plan where your reloads go. So what you can do is you can put those reloads in places where you have a little bit of a buffer on either side. You don't want to do a slide lock reload in competition unless things have gone catastrophically wrong, because slide lock reloads take longer than non-slide lock reloads. Time is of the essence, right? Also, I certainly don't want to plan for a slide lock reload because that means I've shot all of my ammo and I'm planning to run the gun dry, which means I don't have any room for any makeup shots. So I'm generally going to put in a reload in a place where I have a little bit of movement so I can absorb the time of the reload, but I don't want to risk running the gun dry. Now, if you have a standard magazine and the slide locks back, you do your regular reload, right? You put your mag in, you come up here and you close the slide, and then you go back on target. If you have a competition magazine where the slide doesn't lock back, then you can't do your standard reload. So you come up here, slides forward, but there's nothing in the chamber, which means you have to insert the mag, roll the gun, rack it this way, and then come on target. I don't want to insert the magazine and rack it this way because I'm changing my grip up a whole bunch. I don't want to do that. I just want to insert the mag, do that, and fire the gun. You can do that pretty fast. It's not quite as fast as just closing the slide, but like I said, you're trying not to run the gun dry. But the main reason is this little piece of the gun right here. So hopefully you can see through the gun. See if we can get it in a spot where you can see through this sucker. Boom, there it is. All right, you can see that right there. That is the ejector. So when the gun is coming, when the slide is coming back, there are 2 things that throw the case out of the gun. One is the extractor, one is the ejector. The extractor, I don't know if we can see it here. Oh, yeah, we can see it pretty good. So the extractor is that piece right there. That's the ejector. The extractor is what pulls the brass out of the chamber. Once it gets to the back, the ejector is just a fixed piece of metal that as the slide's coming back, you're pulling brass out of the chamber, it hits the non-port side of the brass and then kicks it out of the gun. Because this magazine is longer than the gun is, longer than the grip is specifically, and because there's nothing to stop this magazine from going up into the gun other than the bottom of the barrel, it is very possible to over-insert the magazine in a double-stacked 1911 and break the ejector off. I've seen it happen. It's not pretty. It is a end of your match level malfunction. The gun usually doesn't run at all after that happens. Usually the slide won't close because the ejector's all twanged. Even if you manage to break it off cleanly, then your ammo's not going to eject out of the gun. So that is the main reason why competition double-stacked 1911s have magazines that do not lock the slide back. So it's time for the More You Know Rainbow. If you guys have any questions, leave them up in the comments. See you next time. Bye.